Okay, we're just in the last minute here before we get started. So I want to thank all of you out there for joining us on this monthly webinar. My name is Reeta Casey. I'm one of the partners here with the core training. I'm in charge of the real estate division and want to make sure that we reach out to realtors across the country. You may have been invited by one of our students. Some of our top lenders are welcoming you in to join in on this free educational video. And we're great to have you because, you know, the main thing I would tell all of you that has helped my career is that I have always been a student. So for you to take this time and to log on with us is so important. And I want to acknowledge you for doing that. So a couple of logistics here. This webinar, we will be walking you through the slides on how to work the top 50 favorite people that you have and to really explode your leads from that. And as we go through this, if you'll notice, you can type in some questions in the chat bar, and I'll be checking that chat bar along the way, and many times I will pause throughout the webinar, and I will look for those questions, and I would love to answer any challenges you have, or if you need verification or for me to go over something again, please just type me a note, and I will be conscious to look at those throughout the webinar today. Also, we'll take questions at the end, so you can text me along the way or type in throughout the event, and we'll take care of that. But listen, it is great to have you all here. I love teaching and giving back what we at the core are teaching and what we're learning through our businesses. I am the first one in this core family that is into retirement. I am moving into my retirement this year, so I will talk a little bit about that and studying the system and the way for you to exit your business after you build this fantastic, profitable business based on the core systems and structure. And it will allow you to do that and still have referral income after you have sold your business. And you can only sell it if you have it systematized and structured. And so we're very excited to have all of you here. And let's see right now. So as we move through this presentation, I'm just working on right now this screen here to get this moved on to the next page. There we go. All right. So a little bit about myself so you know me. Again, I'm Reeta Casey. I'm here in Central Florida. I'm just outside of Orlando in a very lovely area called Windermere, Florida. This is where I have spent the 27 years that I've been in business. And in the last 2 years, my partner and I have sold $80 million in property. I still have $68 million in listing inventory, so that is starting to sell. And I will, as that sells out, I will continue to leave my real estate business. And it's nice to be able to do that by choice. I've hit my financial goals because of being coached by our partner and visionary who started the core training, Rick Ruby, and my systems and structure, getting me to have those implemented. I've been able to build a business that has helped me create wealth, that I now have $2.5 million in the bank. And I say that just to let you know that in 2002 I was at zero, and I've been able to save that money because I've worked these systems. So I'm speaking to you from experience. And we find so many of our students, with Steve Kerr, who was just on a call prior to this, who is in the Northeast, and his income has gone up 4 times by being in the core and implementing these very systems. And we're just taking one today to go over for y'all that is a very impactful and important one. So thank you again for taking your time. We're going to talk about today working with your top 50 favorite people. I mean, why wouldn't you want to do that? We do not particularly like cold calls. There's not a salesperson on the planet that just goes, ooh, I want to get up today and make a sales call and make a cold call. We really like to work with people that we can meet and enjoy, and so we've got a way for you to do that. Now, we found that you can't just go by referral business, the people that you know or the transactions that you close. We'll have our top 50 favorite clients, but you know what? In today's world, are you finding there's a lot of fall-throughs, there's a lot of variables in getting a deal from contract to close. So in order to have more listings, and across the country, I am talking, I don't care if you're here, if you're in San Antonio, if you're in Las Vegas, Nevada, everybody's in the same market, okay? Your market's not special. You all are low on listings. They're harder to find. So we have to expand our sources of prospecting, and that is what this top 50 favorite people is all about. if you look here, you'll see the organized database that we at the core have you do. What we're looking for here is the perfect model. That would be that within that circle on the left-hand side, you'll see the top quadrant, the top 50, right below it's database. That whole half is database. If you were on my webinars before, we've talked about that 50% coming from your database. But today we're going to carve out the niche of just the top 50 favorite people. So what I'm saying is you've got to expand the people that know you, and you are now going to move into a new arena that will include in your top 50, if you want to write this down. It's going to include like business people. It's going to include builders. It's going to include attorneys. It's going to include your vendors, your personal friends, your neighbors. I mean, just more you're going to expand past just your clients, because we need a strong client, the people that go through the experience with us, but we have to let other people know who we are and what we do. And that's really going to wind up being the top 50 people that you like. So in the database, you have half your deals coming from just the database, and part of it's the top 50. You also are going to have it organized 300 to 400 people in your database that will be in that group. And then we're also going to have a 1,000-person farm. We're not going to go in detail today about the farm. That's going to be on another webinar. But the first step is that, remember, it's got to be organized. So many of you have not selected a software. Select one, Top Producer, Online Agent, Google, whatever. Get something where you can go and now collect data for it. Okay, we have to have one centralized place to put these people, and then to make notes and develop the relationship and keep notes about that. So a very simple card. You can collect business cards. You can also put this information on a card like this, because you are going to collect it. You are not going to input it. You are going to collect it, and you're going to hire somebody to input into the database. Okay, and all these people, they're going to input into the database for you. So you're going to need names, addresses, the phone, email, and also employment. You need to know where everybody works, because that also is a group that will create other opportunities for you. So have a card, collect business cards. All this information needs to be collected. And we're going to talk about now, where do we go to collect these and meet people? Well, you're going to start attending an event. I would attend one event a week. You can look in your local areas. Many of you have business journals in your area. I know they do in Orlando, they do in Houston, and they do in San Antonio. And if you go online, find out about the business journal, they normally sponsor one lunch every month, and they'll have top influential people that will come and speak. That's going to attract other business people in that area. So go sit at a table where you don't know anybody and introduce yourself. Everybody's there for a purpose. They're there to network, to meet other business people. Now you're going to move into the realm of businesses versus just looking for the one buyer or the one seller. Because remember, you are in charge of your own marketing and your own branding. And we want to do that by leveraging our time where we can go meet several people at one time. So this is something that has been a big boost in many of our businesses. For me personally, it really exploded our business at a time when we were able to bring on corporate accounts, meeting human resource people, physician recruiters. So now we work with several hospitals. We worked with the Orlando Magic for a long time. And all of this is by simply networking and meeting people. So I want you to get out and go to one event a week. And then when you go, you'll collect those cards or collect the information like this, give them to the person that you've hired. Even if you don't have an assistant right now and you have somebody come in 2 days a week to input information into the database, have them do it, because we can't market or network a group unless we have organized data. So let's do that, and we're going to put it in. Then what are we going to do with this information? Well, we're going to break it down to where, as this group, as we meet them, we're going to keep a very fluid top 50, the best people. Who are they, Reeta? Well, they'll be top connectors. Again, for me, as I reiterated, I have one client who is a lobbyist. You think he knows a lot of people? Absolutely. He's on my list because he's connected to hundreds of business people. And you can also have, again, attorneys. You can have, estate planners. You know, who are they going to call to help when someone passes and needs to sell the estate? Divorce is the #1 reason people still sell, unfortunately. Builder, Kendra Cook in Tennessee, she wound up with over 10 new home communities. She had none when she got into coaching, and she wound up picking up 10 new home communities. So her business is busy, yes, you can believe it, because there's not a lot of inventory, and there are a lot of people buying new homes. I can go on, and we're going to talk a little bit later about some other stats from one of our students in Houston, Texas. So you're going to call that 12 every Monday. You may not get to speak to them that day. That's okay. The key is that you are connecting and you are leaving a voicemail. So if you don't get them, you could call up and say, hi, Jason, this is Rita Casey. Just wanted to check in with you today to find out if you had a need that I can help you with. Say hello to tell you have a fantastic week. The market's busy. We learned a couple of new things. Give me a quick call and I'll catch you up. That could be one of your phone calls. You could call up and we'll talk about also how we're going to meet these people as we progress. But again, you're going to an event and you're going to collect these cards. Find out a little bit about their business, okay? And you're going to meet people and you're going to have people that you're going to be impressed with. When you meet these people, you might ask them, hey, so your clients, how do you stay in touch with your clients? What type of clients do you attract? And learn something about their business. Okay, so ladies, do you think your hair person or your nail person knows a lot of people? Absolutely. How many times do you sit in the chair and you've never really had the conversation or passed on your information or asked them, hey, would you mind if I leave some of my real estate flyers up in the lobby for people to look at? There's ways to get your information out. We need to be present when we have these conversations. So we're going to collect these cards. And again, your top 50 favorite people will keep evolving because in the beginning, it's the first 50 you meet. And then as you evolve, it'll be the people who you wind up having this working relationship with where you're referring business back and forth. And we're going to make sure we stay in touch with these people by calling them once a month and by using this very simple formula of calling 12 every Monday. Okay? So now we have 50 people in our favorite database. Okay. Sometimes we say, well, Rita, I don't know what to say. What's my conversation? What do I say to people? You can always use the forward conversation for your favorite clients, for your favorite business people, because once we meet this person and we start having a relationship, so for example, there was an attorney that we called on. We found out before as the market was really declining and we started seeing short sales. I didn't know anything about them, so we found an attorney who did do short sales because we needed someone to close them since we were not seasoned in it. And I realized I had to be involved because so many of my clients were having this happen to them. So this gentleman, this attorney came to us, and we had a meeting. We decided we'd do some business together, and we asked him to start closing our deal. Well, we were having success. We felt like this was a good relationship. So then we go through this conversation with him. Now I want to know him as a person because the people that we touch, the people that we network with, and our clients that we close, we all, from that point forward, want to turn everybody into being a referral partner. We want to create the confidence and deliver the service that encourages them to refer people to us. So we do cold prospecting, we do networking with all these business people, but once we meet them, we bring them in, we communicate to them, and we turn them into referral partners. So to start developing the friendship after we have the initial meeting, we want to start asking them more specific personal questions. So that's where we have the forward call. I've gone over this before, but it's very simple. If you just think of it that you don't have to carry a conversation, that you are simply the person that's asking the question, then it makes it easier to call anybody. So when we have this call, we're going to first find out, tell me something about your family. and we're going to record the information about their family. Occupation we probably already have because we've met them at an event. We have their business cards. But let's say we met somebody at a mingler, but we didn't really get into their occupation at the time. Find out where they work. And this is also a great question. You need to know where all of your clients work and keep up with that. People are mobile. They change jobs. And you need to know where they work because that presents a whole other opportunity we will talk about in the next couple of webinars, which is building a channel account with 0 referral fees. Also want to find out something about them as a person because now we know that they are connectors, that we want to have a working relationship. So tell us something about it, something you like to do for fun. And then any big plans you have, what's one of your bucket list items? That's going to be considered one of your dreams. So that board conversation holds so much information for you that is what we're going to now record. Remember, we have somebody on our team who's inputted their basic business card information in the database, and now we pull up 12 to call on a Monday. As we have these conversations, we then populate this information into their file online. So anytime we talk to that person, we can bring up their contact, and it's going to give us all this additional information about them. Now, this is a simple form you can use, and you can even pass this on to them. You could start filling it out through the board conversation to find out their information, their birthday, and then you could say, you know what, I'd love to get a little more information about you. This could be the call for month 2, and you could email this to them. Now you're going to have not just their vital information from birthdays and anniversaries, and especially pets and the kids, because we really want to build this relationship, but find out some of their favorite things. Now, why would we want to know that? Well, we want to know that because we want them, as we go through our relationship together, we want them to we want to be able to give them a gift or give them acknowledgement of something they really like. Okay, for example, let's go back to the attorney. We met the attorney. We did 2 closings. They went really well. We knew we were getting into a relationship, so we got the All About You form when we found out what are some of Jeff's favorite things. So Jeff is building a home on the water, so he then referred us. He's referred us several transactions, but after he's referred us a transaction, we got him a basket. It was like a beach basket, so it's got beach towels, it's got things for the boat because they're going to be living on the lake. They're moving in about a month, and we're going to list it up. So now we can just go to the All About You and favorite things. How many times have you said, wow, I just got another referral from Jeff, and I have no idea what to get him? Well, I have no idea because I don't have the All About You form. If I have the All About You form, I can go to it, and I can really personalize the gift that I'm giving him. This form also, you should be giving to your clients at closing or after closing. Email them and say, hey, we would love to collect some more personal information about you. Send it over, because those people are now going into your database as your favorite clients, and you want all this information. Here's the thing, guys. The reason you can build your business is that you deliver amazing service, impressive service that touches the lives of the people you serve, and you do it by going to this level, okay? But the difference, remember, is that you now can't just work your personal clients, buyers, and seller referrals. You have to go build multiple sources to have leads come in. And that's what your favorite people is all about. For example, even just one of our lenders, let me tell you. A lender, Scott Foreman, he's our top lender. He came into the core, and he was making about $275,000 a year. He started following the forms of the core and spending the majority of his time prospecting and making sure every person building a system so that his team can serve them and has fantastic experiences. I'll have you know that in 4.5 years, he's going from an income of $275,000 to $3.2 million. $3.2 million. Now, I know you're thinking, wow, he's a lender. Well, listen, the realtors too. Dayton Schrader, our top realtor, he's our top realtor coach. Dayton put in his pocket $800,000 last year. Starling Davis, his student, made $900,000, and that's not commissions. That's income in their pockets, building wealth in their personal savings. This is the difference. You are building a business, and we must expand. But the thing with Scotty Foreman that he just told us on a call just a minute ago was that, he said, Rita, I have so many different levels of prospecting. Just from current clients, he goes, we weren't even asking our current clients for referrals. We were getting 1 or 2. Now we get 30, 29. They get that consistently because they're delivering service. And they ask halfway through the service, halfway through the loan closing, how are we doing at this point? What are we doing right? What can we do better? And they fix it. This is what we as realtors and any business wants to do, is continue to build warm business. So we've got to know all about our business people that we're networking with, all about our favorite top 50. We want this information, and this is how we make it impressive. Okay? So now we've got to ask for a commitment. So it's a little different when we're networking with business people. And when you guys go to business events, you need to be able, in 2 or 3 sentences, explain to somebody what you do. We call that an elevator speech. Write that down, elevators. So you need to know how to convey that information. What are you best at? I would say, hi, my name's Rita Casey, and I'm a real estate agent in Southwest Orlando focused on the luxury market. I work for the Tavistock Group, who is a very influential company, and we're excellent at global and local marketing. Who do you know that's looking to sell in Southwest Orlando? That would be my elevator speech. What is yours? What do you do? What's your specialty? That's what you want to have. It's 2 or 3 sentences. Develop your elevator speech. Now, I'm having that conversation with another person. I'm having it with an architect. We're getting along great. So I'm then going to say to them, you know what? I think your business and mine, obviously, you're in architecture. We have clients that want to build. I think that we could develop a great working relationship. I would say to them, why don't we have coffee and let's talk about how we can make money together. Here's the thing, guys. We as realtors, the people we meet are the onesies, like the one seller, the one buyer. But when you go to a business networking event, everybody there is looking. It's kind of like speed dating. They're looking for the right person. Who can they bond with? Who can they meet? And saying the phrase, let's make money together. That was my favorite phrase with one of my clients. And Baba, I would call him up and say, hey, Baba, how can we make some money together today? Let's do something. And we had so much fun. We created amazing opportunities. And this is what I want you guys to do, is expand your thinking around how to make money, how to have a business, and how to have more than 1 or 2 ways to bring in leads and support that business. So now we've met this person, and now we're going to talk about, hey, let's have coffee. Let's talk about how we can make money together. You've got a database. I've got a database. And a lot of what we do will help each other. And that's what Jeff and I did, the attorneys. So we are doing that. We're making money together. Now, how else do we stay in touch with this person? Well, not only are we going to call 10 of them every Monday so we stay in touch with them, but we also are going to mail them an evidence that we are active in what we do, that we're going to show them that what we told them as our tagline, as our elevator speech, here's what we do. So this is our evidence of success postcard. So it's very easy. It's your listing or sold card. This is the card that we did. We have 2 major pieces of land, last pieces on the Butler chain of lakes, and we sent out this postcard. Things that are very important. Have high resolution photos. Write this down. I'm going to give you 2 or 3 simple steps to make your postcard more impactful. You want to have a quality stock card, something that's going to go through the system and look good when it arrives for your client. Keep your fonts, 1 or 2 fonts. Don't make it too busy. High resolution photos, always high resolution. And look at the back of the card. We tell them what we're great at. Expert negotiators, exclusive Christie's Great Estate affiliates, consistent communication, and exposure to Tavistock in your company. That's what you want to do. So make it clear, make it simple. That's why you also see the box in red. Call us today for a private consultation. You must have a call to action. You have about 3 to 5 seconds for somebody to scan this card and find out what to do. So now we've sent this card out, and who knows? So it could be the attorney that's talking with one of his clients from Brazil who says, wow, we want to buy some land. Oh, let me introduce you to Rita Casey. They have 2 large parcels. They could be developed for residential housing. These pieces work for you, and you don't even know about them all the time. So you want to make sure that you consistently get those out. And if you notice what I've been saying, everything is tied around consistency, okay? We must be consistent. Now, the other thing is have lunch once a week. Now, as you can see, here's two invitations. One is they tied it with a charity, so they did something for the food bank. So this was Haley Garcia. And also we have where she did an invitation for ladies' nights out. So you can have different events, different lunches, invite people to it, and you want to stay networked with these business people. Okay, the other thing is we're going to take great care of the top 50. So we have a birthday program, 3 steps. Write this down, 3 steps for the birthday program. 1, they get a birthday card. Send them a birthday card. Number 2, get them some type of something fun or some type of food, just a simple individual cupcake, something that acknowledges their birthday. And if they're really great clients and sending you business, get them a gift. And where do we go for the gift? It's all about you for them. Personalize it. And then take that cupcake and that gift and deliver it to their business. What happens if you go to their business? They're going to introduce you to the other people in their company or the other people in their department. Great place for you to meet other business people. Make that delivery. It separates you from somebody else by making that delivery. And then next, make sure you have a happy hour once a month. That's the minimum. Now, we can have 2 happy hours because we have 2 different sections of town, and they're pretty far apart. So we would have a wine tasting in one section. We could have one in one area, one once a month, and one in another area. You might have it where you have different corporations. You go to the corporation. We've done that. We've gone down to one of the hospitals and had a wine tasting right by their corporate office because it's easy because then they disperse to other parts of the town. But make sure you have one and then have them bring their favorite business person with them. People love it that you're having an event, that you're offering them something, and it's fun. And don't worry about how many come or who comes. Invite the 50 and let it be, okay? But again, we're going deep in these relationships, so we want to have some fun together. So the key for you all is that you start today to get organized and systematized. Those are the 2 things that make a difference, that build what Rick would call a real business. That's one that's not based on just getting up, being busy, following leads, but having structure as to what you do. That's what Scott Foreman was talking about. He tracks his hours. He knows he prospects 30 hours a week and then delegates the system to his team. That's how he's able to do what he does. So make sure you get organized. I just want to show you case in point, Haley Garcia. Haley is going to be presenting at our summit in May. So if there's anybody out there on the call today and you are doing around 8 million, you need to let me know. You need to call me directly. And my number is 407-484-8390. That's 407-484-8390. And then I will talk to you about that event. But here's what Haley did. Okay, this is business people that Haley's been working. In the last 12 months, she had 391 leads from her business networking. And she's been doing this, okay, for a year and a half. 89 transactions, revenue $819,230 with an average profit per unit of $92.04. Yes. This is the kind of results we're talking about. This is coming from one of those legs that supports your company, not just your buyers, not just your sellers, not just your expired or FSBOs, but we're talking business people. It brings a whole nother level. Let me tell you, for example, okay, so as I am in retirement and doing less activity, I've already got almost 10 million sold this year, and I haven't, these are just people that called me, okay, because I'm working in the core now. And here's where they came from. 2 were neighbors. One was a neighbor, listed the home, sold in 36 hours. One was a neighbor, called me, saw a house for 1.5, showed him the one house, he bought the one house, okay, and from also from a person in Tampa, a personal friend that I know, referred me a deal. We just closed right around the 5 million mark. These are people that are not your typical, they're not your top 50 clients. So there's so much business out there that why not close 20 million in referral business? Why not? You deserve that. You deserve to have a great career and a great retirement. But it's only going to happen if you stop